Alright, so I don't know if you can see it, but I'm passing by a McDonald's, which is giving me an idea for a D&D thing. I suppose it's something like DoorDash. Bags of sending, which are effectively just connected bags of holding, as a form of DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever you want to call it, as a way of sending food. A party can spend like a premium amount of money, like a lot of money, to get a specialized bag from a big restaurant in a big city, like capital level city, and use that and have an agreement that every night this restaurant will cook X number of meals, which will directly affect the price. Input enough water for, I don't know, let's say your party is 5 people. So they put 5 meals and 5 bottles of water effectively in there. Every night at like 6 or whatever time the party wants their food to get there. And this could be like a way of having your party, if they want to, not have to keep rations, but it would force them to return every so often to get this limited enchanted bag renewed, because the restaurant doesn't want to do this forever, so they make it so that you have to come back every 4 months, 3 times a year, assuming you're using Earth Standard year. Like, their restaurant will give you a notice or whatever within the last couple of weeks as a reminder. But that can be a way for your party to get around having to keep track of rations, if you're a DM that does that. It would also begin to cost an obscene amount of money very quickly. Like, getting the bag the first time would cost like several dozen, maybe even hundreds of platinum. But it is effectively guaranteed to work anywhere on whatever planet you're using. And then the bag will last for however many meals they pay for, and then the enchantment will, in theory, dissipate, but in reality the restaurant's probably just snipping it from their end, I guess. And the food that they're buying wouldn't be cheap, so this would probably end up only being like a late game thing, unless you're A, really nice to your party, B, in a super heavy magic environment, or C, your party like just robbed the dragon or something. Like, this could be like a new interesting thing that, if your party starts doing it and funds this from this one restaurant, then more and more restaurants will start doing this, which will of course make it a little cheaper and give them more options, which will probably practically have no effect outside of maybe being, instead of 100 gold a meal, it'll be 50 gold a meal. Or something. But it'll also give you a chance for role playing, because if you're like a super creative DM, you can do this whole like, this restaurant serves like It serves their equivalent of Italian food. So it's like rich, heavy pasta dishes, focused on like adding certain flavors to each other. It's like, and this restaurant's very like German equivalent, where it's like heavy meats and it's very filling and stuff. And this would be more a vehicle for role playing than a big mechanical effect. And your party could be the one to come up with this. Like, have one of your players introduce it naturally, or if you are a player, talk it over with the GM and like have them sell this enchantment to different restaurants as a way of funding their bags for the start. Yeah, there's a D&D idea for this week. Thank you for listening, if anyone's even been listening.